where you at, King? What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, Doc? How
Okay.
you doing, man?
Where you at in the world? What city?
Arlington, Texas, man.
Arlington,
But I'm
Texas.
from
Yes,
South
sir.
Central LA.
South Central LA in the building. What's your take on this Puff Daddy thing, my brother? Some sisters say even if he's innocent of the Fed charges, he should go to jail for what he did to Cassie and beyond. Do you agree or disagree?
I disagree with that, man. As an attorney, I mean, the charges at hand, if he's found not guilty, you got to free the man. Unfortunately, with the Cassie thing, that was pretty funny style because, I mean, unfortunately, the statute of limitations ran, so can't really bring that forward. But that just kind of shows you there was some kind of ill intent because they held on to that footage for a long time.
Yes.
That was sketchy.
Because that was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. Now, as far as the charges, I mean, because I got the indictment right here in front of me, Doc, as I was watching you live.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, they're saying here, as far as the criminal enterprise, he created a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Now,
I don't know any evidence of them charges. And as a lawyer, should there be evidence in that indictment or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
So it don't have to be there.
No, you're going to get that. The public, will be privy to that at trial.
Okay.
The only people
only
typically
at trial.
Yes.
And
why
did they seal his indictment?
Well, that's typically because usually high profile cases, okay. But it's not sealed because I'm looking at it right here. The indictment's not. Now, I'm interested to know, and it's probably, TMZ, they know people. I don't know who got those pictures of all the baby oil. I'm sure a lot of people seen all the baby oil in the that's evidence. I don't know who got that, but TMZ, they probably work hand in hand with the government. You never know. But typically during the pretrial phase, the only people privy to it is the defense attorney and Diddy, of course, and the state,
So they know the evidence right now against them. His legal team, they know.
Oh yeah, they know.
But we won't see it until the trial.
Correct.
Now let me ask you this from an attorney perspective. Federal trials don't allow video. So how do you think that helps or hurts Puff chances? In other words, O.J. Simpson, we was in the courtroom with him by television. You feel me? Do you think the fact that the feds don't allow video camera and media in the courtroom, does that help or hurt Puff chances of getting free?
I don't think it'll help or hurt. I think that would only help him in the court of public opinion because it's up to the jury. It's up to those 12 jurors and what they think at the end of the day.
Might have a little bit more. They may have less pressure since. Okay.
Now,
so it could be a good thing.
Yeah, that would be a good thing, pretty much. He doesn't have to deal with the public opinion. But the thing is, we would just hope that there are honest journalists in there that are reporting what's going on.
We at the mercy of the journalists, because the journalists are still allowed in there, although the cameras are not.
Yeah, now the judge can be shady and just completely seal the whole court off under certain circumstances, typically with the high-profile cases. But, I think there will be media in there. There just won't be video. But there'll be journalists, I'm sure, and they're taking notes, and they'll come out and they'll give their notes on what was said. And I think this is where we want to tap into our Black journalists, and hope they have the integrity to really tell us what's going on in there. And, we'll just have to see what happens, man. But, Doc, the feds, man, I mean, they really don't lose when they go to trial. They spend years.
But they got a 99% conviction rate.
Yeah, man. They typically only do deals. That's about it. Dudes don't try to go to trial because more often than not, almost every time there are undercover agents and or confidential informants. There might have been undercover agents at the free calls. They didn't even know. They might have just been in the midst of it and they taping everything. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying, I was looking at the indictment, but I didn't see nothing in there. But typically, they got video. They going to have his text messages. They going to have everything, man. And, sometimes they'll sit on that stuff for years. So when they bring forward the case to you, your attorney's going to tell you, man, we need to work a deal out.
Now, what do you make about the media lynching part of this? Because he's being accused of the racketeering, the interstate sex trafficking, the criminal conspiracy. But all the media keeps showing us is the Cassie video and 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What do you make of how, if he's accused of this, why y'all keep showing us that? What do you make of that?
I think that's a hit job, Doc. That's a hit job, man. You know how they do the brothers, man. That's a hit job. And I don't know. And I was commenting on it while you're doing your live, but I know you see a lot of different comments. But, you know, unfortunately, man, a lot of these entertainers and athletes, they go under the tutelage, a lot of these deviant Hollywood white folks, and they start indulging in the same things like Weinstein
and thinking they're going to get away with it.
Man, you forget that you ain't got the complexion for the protection. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. That was his line. But yeah, you know, and you know, the chickens to come home to roost, man. And you know, it's unfortunate, but I mean, all in all, if Diddy is found not guilty, free the man, you know? And I mean, at the end of the day, his karma, or however God chooses to deal with him, that's how it's going to get dealt with. But as an attorney, we got to let the system play a part. And since we talking about that, I just want to chime in one more thing, Doc. You know, like how we always say, you know, Black folks get railroaded in the criminal justice system. I want to say as an attorney, especially in the state of Texas, where they don't mess around, we, especially in Dallas, like we will have large jury pools with majority Black folks, but a lot of Black folks always try to find an excuse to get out of jury duty. You have to participate.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? You got to sign up for jury duty.
You have to. And, I mean, you don't sign up, you know, you get the summons, but
you get that letter.
Yeah, and when you get there, don't make an excuse to get off the panel. You know, like try to get on the panel. You know, people say, I got kids, I got to go to work. They'll make up anything. And the judge always said, will that affect your ability to be, you know, fair and impartial? They'd be like, yeah, it's going to affect it. Because they know at that point, once you tell them you're going to be biased, they just going to they're going to strike you. So we got to participate in the jury process. I know it sucks sometimes, but if you want to see better justice, you need to go ahead and try to get on that panel, participate. I promise you. Like, I think we can turn the tide like that.
Wow.
Yeah, Doc, I appreciate it.
Man. That was a lot of good education, too, bro. Appreciate
you, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to get my podcast going, Doc. I want to try to get you on one day,
Let me know. I'm ready. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, man.
King. Be safe, brother. One love.
Yes, sir. All right.
That was a strong brother right there. Strong brother. And y'all need to watch them disrespectful comments, too. Y'all a little too messy on here. A little too messy on here.
When you saw my podcast backing up, just grabbing my potato. Hey, Dr. Umar, I'm at work, but I'm stepping out.
What city?
Hey, I'm in Auburn, Alabama.
Auburn, Alabama. What is your take on the Sean Puffy Combs situation? Where you stand on this? Are you with the people who say let him go to jail because he was a sexual deviant? Or do you stand for justice and say you should not be getting prosecuted unless you broke a crime? Or do you think he should go to jail regardless because some people feel he's not a good individual? Where do you stand on the Puffy thing?
Okay, Dr. Umar, first of all, I want to say thank you for accepting my request. Been following you for a long time. And I also want to say, I feel like they been knew what he was doing. Of course, it's wrong what he was doing, but I feel like because he wanted to own what is rightfully his, then they started bringing out stuff. Because I've been following the Illuminati stuff for about 5 years since I knew how to work a computer. So I already know how crooked they are. So I feel like they been knew what he was doing, but they just want to do that because he's trying to own his stuff.
Well,
I'm sorry, I'm at work. That's why I'm a little discombobulated. But I know I wanted to get on here and say, they didn't know what he was doing. They just doing that because he want to own his stuff and he want what's rightfully his, including his money.
I appreciate that. Let me ask you a question. Auburn, Alabama is closest to what major city? Tuskegee, Montgomery?
Yes, it's like central Alabama. I wrote you about 1 month ago. I came to your thing in Huntsville like 2-3 months ago. I wrote you a few weeks ago.
You in Huntsville?
No, but I just came there to see you. I live in Alexander City, Alabama. It's close to Auburn, Alabama, Tuskegee, Alabama, everywhere, really.
I was asking because I want to come back to Alabama and speak to the people. We need to find a location. If you can find a church or community center or somewhere, I'm ready to come back and talk to the people.
I think you should do it in Tuskegee, Alabama, and they will let you use the high school.
Okay. I'm going to look into that. I appreciate you for tapping in, my queen. Stay beautiful and be safe.
Thank you, Dr. Umar. I love y'all.
Bye-bye.